Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Eirelyn. I hope you all are doing well. Today we are going through my reading journal for 2025 and doing a bit of some reading wrap-up stats and all that I've filled out. If you want to pause the video at any time to read my reviews, you can. I can't promise that there won't be spoilers or very misspelt words because I don't necessarily worry about that in my reading journal, but enjoy the flip through and then we will get to the stats. So I'm jumping around a bit here. I've set up a few different wrap-up stats that I want to do, but I'm first going to be doing the best book of 2025, so like a little book bracket, and I'm using Storygraph to help me here. That's where I track all my books. So I'm trying to find all the best books. The first one that I read in January is The Fraud Squad. If you have not read this book, I highly recommend it, especially if you like romance and things that are low stakes but extremely high stakes at the same time. For February, I'm gonna have The Will of the Many as my top book because of that one. It was so great. I have a whole reading vlog on it if you want to watch. Majority of these books I do have reading vlogs on, so if you want my intense and crazy opinions, you can absolutely go and watch those for more in-depth reviews. For March, I have The Forest Demands Its Due, which was also in a reading vlog that I did, and I loved that one so much. I think everybody should read that if they want to have a good cry and sob. For April, I have Stranger Skies, which I love this series so much, and you best believe I am so excited for the final book in the series that is coming out in April, I believe. I am so excited for that one. Baz better be okay, is all I'm gonna say. For May, I have Delicious in Dungeon Volume 7, which I love Delicious in Dungeon. I read one of the volumes every single month, and those were all 5 stars. Every single volume is just fabulous. So it's great. I love it. For June, I have If We Were Villains, which I read this book in 2 days, and I'm still trying to figure out if I want to get a tattoo for it. I do, but I just have no idea what tattoo to get. It's such an intricate and amazing book. For July, I have Assistant to the Villain, which I read the entire series in a reading vlog. So if you want to hear my in-depth reviews, you can absolutely go and watch that. I'll have my reading vlog read with me podcast thing, which I don't know why YouTube turned it into a podcast, but it has, linked somewhere in this video. August is Where the Dark Stands Still, which this book was just very beautifully written. And I'm reading another book by the author in 2026, A Treachery of Swans, and I cannot wait to read that one. In September, I have Before the Coffee Gets Cold, which I also did a reading vlog on this one, and it made me sob. It was such a nice, refreshing read from all the intense big fantasy books that I had been reading this past year, and it was just, it was awesome and beautiful. In October, I have The Book That Wouldn't Burn, and this book was very, very slow, but it actually was really good, and I was okay with it being slow. Usually slow books bug me and I don't rate them 5 stars, but this one, it was just so beautiful and human. It was great. It was just great. For November, I have The Strength of the Few, which I did a spoiler-free reading vlog on. you can go and watch that. I did this one very recently, so you wouldn't have to scroll very far on my channel to be able to find it. For December, I have Delicious in Dungeon Volume 14, which was the final one in the series, and it was just great. It made me cry. It was a great way to wrap up that entire series. Now I'm just going through to find the best book of the year. So The Will of the Many, The Forest Demands Its Due, and then there's also If We Were Villains, Where the Dark Stands Still, Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and The Strength of the Few are the ones that I put against each other in the second ring of brackets. And then I had The Will of the Many and Where the Dark Stands Still be the winners of the brackets of the 3v3. And then obviously, which I knew from the very beginning would be my favorite book of the entire year, The Will of the Many. It's just so good. I don't even know where to start. Now on to my favorites page. My top favorite book of the year, of course, is The Will of the Many, as I just said. That was such an amazing book. I have my reading vlog on it if you need to know more of my opinions and thoughts and everything. I love the series and everything so much. Now on to my second favorite, which is If We Were Villains by ML Rio, which I had mentioned earlier. I love this one so much. Still trying to figure out a tattoo. If you do have any ideas, please let me know in the comments. It would help me a lot. My third favorite is The Forest Demands Its Due, which I had also mentioned earlier. This one was amazing. I have a reading vlog on it. I really don't need to go into it that much. The fourth favorite is The Fraud Squad. This one, it was just so refreshing. I don't read a lot of romances, and it just gave me like the perfect human experience of secondhand embarrassment, which a lot of people I don't think would enjoy from a book, but it made me happy for some reason. The fifth book in my top favorite is The Strength of the Few. It was just really good, and I needed to include it on here as one of my favorites because the whole Hierarchy series is just fabulous. Now onto my top 5 least favorites, which seems harsh and a lot, but it's more as a thing to help me see which books I didn't enjoy so I can have a closer look at why I didn't enjoy them and make it easier for picking books in the future. So my number 1 least favorite is Defy the Night, which one of my favorite journaling YouTubers loves this author and all of her books. And it shows really how subjective each books are. So if you enjoyed these books, I am so happy for you. I wish I enjoyed them because I wanted to, but I didn't. My second least favorite was The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, which I have a reading vlog on that, so if you want more in-depth reasons why I didn't enjoy it, you can go check that out. Number 3 is 100 Vicious Turns. This book it kept feeling like it was cutting itself off from revealing big moments, and almost like it was stifling itself. It was really strange. Then number 4 is Lore of the Wilds. This one, the characters just kept throwing me off and confusing me, and things weren't adding up, and the plot was a little confusing as well. So it didn't vibe with it. Number 5 is When We Were Magic. I really wanted to like this one, but the main character annoyed me so much. I couldn't do it. If you want to know more, you can go back to my little review read at the beginning when I was doing my flip through. If you want to know more about any of these books and why I didn't like them, it's all in there and you can pause and read it. But yeah, this one stressed me out. Also, here's me realizing that my Hall of Fame spread and my top rated books spread is basically the exact same thing. So I just kind of decide to not fill out the Hall of Fame's spread and just do the top rated books because it seems like the easier option because then I can see the top rated books for each month. Before we move on to the top rated books, we're going to start with my how many spread, which is basically how many standalones I read, how many duologies, how many trilogies, how many series, and how many I DNF'd. In total, I read 22 standalone books. I read 8 books that were part of a duology. I read 12 books that were part of a trilogy. I read 7 books that are a part of a series, and I DNF'd 4 books. And I would say that that is pretty good. Now onto my top rated for the year, which is just all my 5-star books, so I'm just going to read all of these out for you. Delicious in Dungeon Volume 3, Lore Olympus Volume 7, The Fraud Squad, Delicious in Dungeon Volume 4, The Will of the Many, The Ballad of Never After, The Forest Demands Its Due, Delicious in Dungeon Volume 5, Delicious in Dungeon Volume 6, Holy Terrors, Imogen Obviously, Stranger Skies, Murder in the Family, Delicious in Dungeon Volume 7, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, Delicious in Dungeon Volume 8, If We Were Villains, Assistant to the Villain, Apprentice to the Villain, Delicious in Dungeon Volume 9, Delicious in Dungeon Volume 10, Delicious in Dungeon Volume 11, Before the Coffee Gets Cold, The Book That Wouldn't Burn, Delicious in Dungeon Volume 12, Bride, Delicious in Dungeon Volume 13, The Strength of the Few Most Ardently, Delicious in Dungeon Volume 14, and Delicious in Dungeon World Guide. And that is going to be it for this video. I do hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all had a wonderful reading year like I did. In my next video, you will get to see me setting up my 2026 reading journal, which will also be my first video of 2026. I'm very excited to get that edited, which I'm doing right after I'm done this one. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all have a great rest of this 2025, and I will talk to you all again in 2026.